Okay, so we continue with question 4. Question 4A. Okay, so question 4A, the question reads, determine the integral of 4 plus 3 over 7 x minus 6x squared dx. Okay, so integrate. How do you integrate this one? How do you integrate this one? We're going to use the same formula of integration a xn plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c. Okay, so this is what we're going to use direct. There's nothing like no what. We're going to use the same one. Okay, so how do you differentiate now? This is our constant. Remember, if you are integrating, then you have a constant. Each and every constant gains, because this one is supposed to differentiate with respect to x. So it gains that respect which is being differentiated. For example, if I have 2 here, if I have to integrate 2, meaning to become 2x. If I integrate 1, meaning to become x. If I integrate 100, meaning to become 100x. So it gains that part of the integration where you are integrating to. That's how it's done under integration. So meaning if I have to integrate this one, I'll have the 4 becomes my 4x plus this one here. I have my 3 over 7. Okay, I have my 3 over 7 and I have my x. So it will be x raised to power what? This, it has a power of 1. So each and every power will add plus 1. So it will be 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1. So whatever happens to the power, that's supposed to be the denominator minus. I come to this part here. I have my 6. So it will be 6 x raised to power 2 plus 1. The power just added plus 1 over 2 plus 1. Okay. 2 plus 1, then plus c, which is our constant. We keep on going now. When you reach this stage, what's next? So I'll come here. I will have my 4x plus. I have my 3 over 7. X equals to x raised to 1 plus 1. So it will be my 3 over 7 x raised to what is it? This one. So it will be 1 plus 1, that's a 2 over 2 over 2. Okay, minus this one to be 6 x raised to power 3 over 3. Okay, plus c. So what do I do next? To be just 4x plus, now here 3 times x squared, it will be 3x squared over what is 7 times 2, that will be my 14 here, minus 6 times x cubic, it will be 6x cubic over 3 plus c. So it will be 4x plus this one is 3 over 14x cubic squared, I mean. Okay, minus this one is 3 into 6, that's 2. So I'm going to have 2x cubic plus c. So this one here becomes my what? Becomes my final answer. That's how we integrate. I'm done with this one. That's how we integrate. We go to the second one. The second question. The second question. It's just direct integration. There's nothing like you start panicking. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? What? There's nothing like that. It's just a straightforward thing. Integrate 3 over x squared dx. Same applies to this one. Okay, so each and every power under integration is just added plus 1 plus 1. Okay, so this one we can rewrite it in index form as a negative. So it's going to be 3x raised to power negative 2. Okay, so what do we do to the powers? Plus 1. So it will be 3x raised to power negative 2 plus 1 over negative 2 plus 1 plus c. C, this is the constant. Okay, 3x, negative 2 plus 1, that's negative 1 over negative 1. I have this, negative 1 over negative 1. I have this. So what do I do if I divide this one? What is negative 1 into 3x raised to negative 1? I'm going to have negative 3x raised to negative 1. So this one I rewrite it in positive index. Okay, so this is my negative 3. Remember that this negative 1 power is for x. So I'll have my negative 3 here over x plus c. This one becomes my final answer. Done. I move to the second question, I've just seen that it's simple, integrating. Just getting 3 marks, 5, 5. So already I have a 10 marks. Already I have a 10 marks. So I go to question C. This one was the one I was solving, it was for B. I go to question C. So question C, it says determine the area bound between the curve y equals to x cubic. Let me write it on top here. Okay, y equals to x cubic minus 2x squared minus 8x, and the x and the x-axis. Determine the area between the curve y equals to this. Okay, x cubic minus 2x squared minus 8x and the x-axis. 10 marks. So how do you determine the area between the given curve? Okay, so I don't know how the curve will look like, if it will look like this, or if it will look like, I don't know. Okay, it's cubic, so meaning the answers of x are supposed to come out. They're supposed to be how many? 3 answers. Okay, so I have this one. The first thing that I have to do, I have to find what we call the limits. I have to find the limits of the curve. So what am I supposed to do to find the limits of the curve? Let me try to solve what is the value of x and what is the value of y. It's the one which is going to tell me the limitations. Okay, so I have x cubic minus 2x minus 8x. The first thing I have to do, okay, this one I will equate to 0. So it will be x cubic minus 2x squared minus 8x, which is equals to 0. What am I supposed to do? This one I can factor out x because x is common. X open bracket x squared minus 2x minus 8 I close equals to 0. I have this. Okay, so here I already have the value of x. X equals to 0. X equals to 0. Okay, so this one I have x squared minus 2x minus 8. Okay, so what am I supposed to do? Which is equals to 0. So what am I supposed to do? Okay, let me try to provide a product and sums for this. Okay, so I'll do this. So I'm going to have negative 8x. This is the only math which gets simple to me. I mean the root which I use if I reach this stage here, x squared equals to something. I use this stage, product and sums. X squared times negative 8, I'm going to have negative 8 x squared and negative 2x. What are the numbers whereby if I multiply them, I'm going to have negative 8, and if I add them, I'm going to have a negative 2. I'll try negative 4 and negative 4 and 2. Negative 4 and 2, yeah. Negative 4 plus 2, that's negative 2. So these are the ones I'm going to use. So I'll come here, x squared plus 2x minus 4x minus 8, which is equal to 0. So I'll have this. Okay, so I'll have my x plus 2 minus 4 open bracket x positive into positive and negative into negative positive. 4 into 8, that's 2. Okay, equals to 0. So I'll have x minus 4 and x plus 2 equals to 0. So x minus 4 equals to 0, or x plus 2 equals to 0. So I can tell the values of x. X equals to 4 or x equals to negative 2. So the values of x that I have, 0, negative 2, 0 and 4. These are the 3 values of x. Negative 2, 0 and 4. Okay, these are the values of x. So what do I do now? It's 10 marks, remember? This is 10 marks, guys. So these are the values of x. So how do I come up with the values of y? How do I come up with the values of y? So I'll say this would make a box here. Okay, this is my box here. So this is x and y. Okay, so x, the limit is from what? Negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Oops. And 4. Okay, I have this. So, sorry, just a minute. I get a calculator. And punch everything. Okay, I have this one. So if I put a negative 2 here, if I put a negative 2 cubic minus 2 open bracket negative 2 squared minus 8 negative 2. Okay, so negative 2 cubic, negative 2 times negative 2, that's 4 times negative 2, so I have negative 8 minus, I have a negative 8 here, minus negative 2 squared, I'm going to have 4 times negative 2. Negative 2 squared, I'm going to have a 4 times negative 2. I'm going to have 8 here, minus, which is this one. 8 times negative 2, that's it, negative 16. So this one, which means negative 8 minus 8. Negative 8 minus 8, I'm going to have negative 16 plus 16. So this one I'm going to have a 0 here. Okay, I'm going to have a 0 here. What if I put a negative 1? Negative 1 cubic minus 2 open bracket negative 1 squared minus 8 negative 1. Okay, so this one I'm going to have negative 1 minus 2, because negative 1 times negative 1, that's 1 minus negative, so this one I'll just put 8 here. So what is negative 1 minus 2? Negative 1 minus 2, that's negative 3 plus 8, which is 5. So I'll have a 5 here. If I put a 0 here, 0 and 0, I'm going to have a 0. If I put 1 here, if I substitute with 1, what I'm going to have, okay, if I put 1, 1, 1, so it will be 1 minus 2 minus 8. So what is negative? What is 1 minus 2? Negative 1 minus 8, that's negative 9. Okay, then 2, if I put a 2 here, 2 and 2, what am I supposed to have? 2 cubic, that's 8, minus 2 squared, 4 times, that's 8, minus 16. 8 times 2, that's 16. Okay, so 8 minus 8, 0, so I'm going to have a negative 16 here. If I put a 3, what will happen? 3 cubic, that's 27, minus 3 squared, 9, times 2, 18, minus 8 times 3, that's 24. Okay, so now here, what is 27 minus 18? 18, 19, 20, that's 9. Okay, because the 20 minus 27 minus 20, that's 7, plus 2, that's 9. So I'm going to have 9 minus 24. Minus 24. So what is 9 minus 24? So what is 24 minus 10? That's 12. 24. What is 24 minus 10? Okay, that's 14. Sorry, that's 14 minus 1, that's 3. 14. So it will be 15 here. Okay, so I'm going to have a 15. It's a simple math, just know how to subtract. Okay, so I'm going to have a 15 here, because if I get 1 and 40 here, it will be 10 plus 14, that's 24. Okay, so here I'm going to have negative, so there will be negative, because I'm subtracting a small number from the bigger number. Negative 15, then the last one, let's do the last one now. The last one, if I put a 4 here, if I put a 4 here, what am I supposed? What is 4 cubic? 4 times 4, that's 16. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 4, 16. What is 16 by 4? 16 by 4. So I'm at 24, 4, 2, 4, 5, 6, 64 here. Minus 16, what is 16 by 2? 32. 16 by 2, 32 here. Minus, what is 8 times 4? 8 plus 8, 16, 32. Okay, so I'm going to have, what is 64 minus 32? 32 minus 32. I'm going to have a 0, so 0 here. Okay, so these are the values. So the curve, the way it's going to look like, it's going to look like this. If I didn't miss any value, the curve is going to look like this. So my x is from negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. My y part, it's 0 to negative 15, so it will be negative 5, negative 10, negative 15, 5, 10, and 15. Negative 2, 0 here, negative 1, 0 here, negative 1, 5, sorry. Negative 1, 5, negative 1, 5, it will be here. Then 0, 0 to be here. Wow. 1, negative 9. 1, negative 9 to be somewhere here. Okay, 2, negative 16. Okay, so 2, negative 16 to be somewhere here. then 3,15, okay, here 4,0. Okay, so this is how it goes. So it was coming from this point, okay, so it's just this is how it's supposed to look like. Okay, so I have this point, and this point. So this one was your curve. So since you have this curve here, we have this x-axis. Okay, so I have this part here and this part. This is the area they want. Okay, so this is the area they want. How are you going now to calculate this? Okay, so this is how we calculate this. Since we know that this is the area we want, this is how we calculate it now. Okay, so I have, these are the limits that I'm going to use. -2 0